Okay, Gaffer, you're in charge of lighting. If it's a dark area, you may need more than one light. Sometimes you don't think you do, and you'll end up having to come back to the studio and grab another light. That's okay. With the lights, there are, I would say 99% of the time, we want to make sure that we have the orange filter on. It makes it a warm light and less like fluorescent light. There are effects where we like to use the blue light. If it's supposed to be like a dark room where there's hardly any light, blue is better than the warm light. Kind of looks more like, you know, a dark room with maybe some moonlight in it. There are these umbrellas that are, yeah, that didn't happen. Okay. There are these umbrellas that you can attach to the lights. Don't open them before you get to where you need to go. So I think the reason why a lot of these have broken is because once they've been put into the light and then people move the lights around, like, oh, it's so broken. Then it's big and it ends up hitting something, or someone walks into it, or it falls over on the ground, and that will break things. So you don't want that. And so let me see if I can. Okay, so with lighting, this one's really kind of messed up.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
All right, so as the gaffer, you're in charge of lighting. If you decide to put this on,
Miss, there's something else I can help with.
no thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so depending on where if you're gonna use lights and where you're gonna set them up, you may or may not need an extension cord. The grip is supposed to help you with the extension cord. And if you need, especially if you need more than one light, you may need 2 extension cords or even a power strip that the grip should be able to get for you. All right, so when you turn these lights on, there is a delay for like a half-second delay. So when I turn it on, it takes a second for the light to come on. Now it's on. The other thing is, if you're looking for the most brightness, if you turn it off and turn it back on again, it usually gets a little bit brighter, although it's hard to tell in this video. And then you turn it off and turn it back on again, and then that's actually the lower setting. So you just kind of have to toggle through turning it off and turning it on again to adjust the brightness. This is like a tripod, so you can extend it to make your light taller, and it actually does extend pretty far, kind of like a boom, okay? And so I literally cannot stand this up because I have it plugged into a wall. I would need an extension cord. You can also hold lighting like a boom if they need overhead light. That's something that you could do as a gaffer. Most of the time, if there's even light being used in a scene, then you get it, you set it, and then you don't have to do anything. You just turn it on and leave it, and you don't actually do anything while they're getting that thing captured. However, if they, are doing like a 2-shot in a conversation, and then there's a scene where he's running, so then they change the cameras, then you might need to change the lighting. So you do have to be aware of what's going on, but during the takes, there's usually not a whole lot for you to do. Unless there's some kind of a scene where you're supposed to turn the lights on or off during the scene. But there will probably be a lot of time where once you set it up and you turn it on, you could just sit down somewhere and observe quietly. You won't necessarily be very busy during the actual filming of the scenes. But then when it's time to clean up, you need to put this light back. If you have an umbrella, you need to put that back. You need to make sure that it is shortened again. If you had the extensions on, you don't have to wrap the cord super tightly. You just want to make sure that it's not just all over the floor. So I just kind of usually put it in some loops and kind of hang it on there. And then you put that away. And if you finish that really quickly, then you see if you can help anybody else. And if you can't, you go back in the classroom. So like if you are assigned to be gaffer and we don't need any lighting, then you don't really have that job. We just didn't need a gaffer and we didn't know it. So you could ask and see if there's something else you can do, or you could be an observer, or you could apprentice another job by kind of like shadowing them, watching them, helping wherever you can help.